Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News for Monday, February 5th, 2024. Stand up for your country. Important broadcast tonight. And I'm going to slow it down a little bit because sometimes I have a tendency to talk too quickly. But you need to know about this border bill. And it's 570 pages long. And on television, you will get an incredible amount of bilge. Word of the day, B-I-L-G-E. Partisan garbage. Now, we don't do that here. We don't analyze important news stories or even unimportant news stories on a party basis. We're not rooting for a party. In fact, as you know, if you watch me over the years, I think there are pinheads in both parties. Okay, and the pinheads may outnumber the good people. So I'm a registered independent because of that. But this border bill is very, very important for a lot of different reasons. So I'm going to go through it methodically, okay? That's the subject of the Talking Points Memo. So it was released last night, Sunday night. All right, as I said, I think I said 500. It's 370 pages long, 370. The point man on the bill is Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer of New York. There is a reason why he is the point man, and I will get there. A new CNN poll just out shows 70% of Americans disapprove of the way President Biden is handling immigration and the border. That's why Schumer is involved here. He and the other Democrats want to give Biden cover on the border issue because Biden may lose re-election because it's a debacle. That's two becauses, but the border is impacting the Democrats so much they may lose in November. That's better. Okay. Incidentals, here we go. $650 million for a border wall. That's not nearly enough, and we don't know where that wall would go. It's a little bit, but there's no way. And we don't know how long it would take or any of that. All right? 3,000 miles of border, San Ysidro to Brownsville. All right? Now, here is the real kicker on this. Migrant crossings, 5,000 per day on a given week, all right, would allow the Department of Homeland Security to shut down the border. Okay, but who's going to do the count? It's a 3,000-mile border. That's impossible. No one could do that. So we got Eagle Pass, we got Tucson, we got the San Diego sec. There's no way. So that's a fantasy right there, and that's important. Okay, they're going to stop some of the catch and release for single men, but not nearly enough. Okay? So when migrants come over, they have to present themselves now for asylum in U.S. ports of entry. That is the law now. That is the portion of immigration law that President Biden disobeyed. Flat out disobeyed it. So they're going to go back to that. If you are a family and you present yourself at a port of entry and say, we need asylum, you're in. You're in. For 90 days at least, under supervision. What supervision? You can't supervise that many people. Now, the cartels, they're reading this 370-page bill right now. They're going, okay, we'll bundle the migrants into a family. Many of them have no ID, don't know who they are, certainly don't have passports. So we'll bundle them up. Hey, I'm the Morales family, in. Unaccompanied minors are in automatically. Now, where do they go? Nobody knows. Okay, now the minor thing, that should happen. If children wander across the border, you can't just throw them back in the Rio Grande. I'm for that. Minors admit and then try to figure out who they are and why they're here. Okay. The bill does not detain people at all unless you're a lawbreaker or on the terror watch list. So it's either you can't come in and then they put you back to Mexico, whereupon the next day you try again someplace else, or if you're bundled as a family, you're in. Does that make any sense to you? So my question is, who does this bill help? Does this help you, the American citizen? Doesn't help me. It helps some migrants, and I feel sorry for them. We've already accepted more than 10 million of them in 3 years under Joe Biden. Okay, can't accept the entire world's population. But who does the bill help? Who? No one. No American. And with the massive fiscal problems in New York City and LA and Chicago, everywhere, shouldn't we have a cooling off period so that these municipalities can get the migrants processed? Now, today, Joe Biden could write an executive order stopping all migration at the southern border for 6 months. Doesn't need the bill. He can just do it. But he won't do it because the progressive left doesn't want that. Now, I wrote a column on it, bordering on insanity. It's on BillO'Reilly.com, and it tells you why the progressive left wants the open border. I'm not going to get into it now because I got too much other stuff to do. Please go there and read the column. Democrats know they are in trouble. So this bill is designed to then deflect into the Republican circles because very few Republicans are going to support this bill. They can't support it. It doesn't have enough heft to make a difference. If this bill passed, the chaos would increase. There's no way what are you going to do, a clicker for 5,000 people a day? Come on. The judges are already overwhelmed. Oh, we're going to speed up the asylum process. How? How? You already got 6 million backlog on it? This is just a fantasy world. So what's going to happen is that the House will not even vote on the bill. Senate will, and it'll pass in a Democratic Senate. Primarily, they're hoping that it'll take attention away from Biden, put it on the Republicans, who are then going to be the evil, bad people. And the corporate media, allied with the Democratic Party, will then pick that up. You'll see it tonight. I'm going to go on News Nation at 7 tonight with Leland Vittert. Okay? I know he'll ask me about how mean Republicans, but it's on Wednesday when I go on at 8 o'clock with Cuomo, who is a Democrat. Then he's going to, look at the terror. And I'll handle it. I know exactly how to handle it. Because if I'm sitting there in Congress, I don't vote for this because it's not good for the American people. It's nothing to do with Biden. I already told you that Biden's the most incompetent president in modern times, by far. By far. Okay? Nothing to do with him. If you're going to pass a bill and spend all this money, $1.2 billion or whatever, and it'll be double that, believe me. It's got to help us somehow. But no. So I just want to recap so you understand what's going on. Bill's not going to come up for a vote in the House, so it's dead already. Okay? Number two, Biden could stop the madness tomorrow with an executive order, but he won't do it. All right? Number three, if a sane bill appears, and I hope it does, written by people who are really smart and looking out for everybody, you need to have a 6-month window to reorganize the Homeland Security apparatus at the border. It's broken down. There are only so many hours in a day for these poor Border Patrol people. And the judges are, come on. The services are broken down. You have to have at least 6 months of breathing room on this thing. But the Democrats don't have 6 months because the election is November. And that's the memo. Mike Lindell and MyPillow employees want to thank No Spin News viewers for the continued support and to say thanks. They're offering 50% off their best prices on overstock, clearance, and even new products. Right now, get 50% off the MyPillow 2.0, their brand new flannel sheets, or their 6-pack towel sets. They offer free shipping on larger items such as mattresses and mattress toppers that are 100% made in the USA. Everything is on sale. Kitchen towels that actually absorb, dog beds, blankets, couch pillows, and much more. So please go to mypillow.com, use the promo code BILL, or call 800-869-0298 for free shipping on your entire order. That's 800-869-0298, or go to mypillow.com, promo code BILL. All right, let's go to the mail. We got Jim. Bill, you left out one thing in your column. President Biden gave asylum seekers a fast-track option to efficiently enter the USA in a way that would be classified as legal. That's true. And everybody knows it, which is why his approval rating on the issue is 70%. Eric Eakin, Carson City, Nevada. How can Alvin Bragg prosecute Donald Trump, yet allows the perps who assaulted the NYPD officers to go free? Because he's an ideologue. He's not a law enforcement agent. He's a far-left progressive. That's what he does. Tony Padgett, Chandler, Arizona. I live here. One of the reasons we have so many people supporting Joe Biden is that people from California are moving in. It's true. Demographics are changing in the state of Arizona. Rodney Hampton, Crossroads, Texas. Bill, you're correct that federal law tops state law. Problem a lot of people have is that federal law says drugs are illegal, yet many states are legalizing drugs. But federal law overrides that. So say the state of Oregon, which legalized hard drugs, possession, all right, if you're an FBI agent and you want to, and you see somebody with heroin, you can arrest them. State can't stop you. Same thing with marijuana. It's legal, okay, but if feds build a case against somebody selling marijuana, state can't stop them. They're prosecuted in federal court. Charles, as a retired high school teacher, I believe banning cell phones in schools. They serve no purpose other than to distract students, and they provide a tool for cheating on tests. Absolutely right. If I were a teacher these days, and as you guys know, I was one once, be no cell phones allowed in my class. Now, if I were in public school, I couldn't enforce it. In private school, it could. There you go. Doug Wright, Caldwell, Idaho. Thanks for the No Spin News. Thanks to the No Spin News, I'm using less profanity. O'Reilly, you taught me a new phrase, what the deuce. You know, I am too. Every time I say the F word now, I feel bad. I do, because it's crude. It's crude. So I say deuce or blank or something like that. Christine Bowser, our family would like to plan a trip to Boston. I was hoping for suggestions with logic. So Christine, you emailed me on the regular mail circuit. Your question is only for concierge members. So I'll tell you anything you want to know about Boston. It's my second home. But we don't do that on this band. Now, I will answer your question because I'm doing a commercial for concierge membership because you prompted me. So I'm going to give you the favor back. But if you want to know about travel or anything personal, go to the concierge membership on BillO'Reilly.com. You get an email address, private, everything's private, and I'll answer all your questions. So Christine, you're going to Boston in the summer, check out Marriott Long Wharf Hotel. That's where I stay, great location. A little pricey, but not crazy. Concierge membership, though. Then I could have given you a whole itinerary. Ron McVean, Amarillo, Texas, just finished killing the witches in record time, couldn't put it down, starting killing the SS momentarily. You will like killing the SS. It's harrowing, but important. Thank you for reading Killing the Witches. Okay, confronting the presidents, no spin assessments from Washington to Biden. Almost finished. Writing the Obama, Trump, and Biden's this week. We're buzzing through it. Then we have to edit it, of course. Big, big book. I think it's my best book. Pre-order, we don't charge you until we ship, but you'll get it first. Already have thousands of pre-orders, okay? So does Amazon. So if you pre-order, you don't have to pay us until we ship it. You want the book, get on the line. Word of the day, do not be a Nimrod, M-I-M-R-O-D. Final thought, some people think Bill Maher is a Nimrod. I'm back and forth on it. I'm going to play you a cut from his latest show, which is dubious, in a moment. By now, you have heard me talk about Delta Rescue. They are a fantastic organization that helps rescue animals from the wilderness. You know I'm a dog lover, so is Leo Grillo, the founder of Delta Rescue. It is his life's mission to provide everlasting care for these once abandoned animals. I myself have donated to Delta Rescue. Do you believe it is part of man's duty to care for dogs and horses, the animals that so much of our history is tied to? If so, please consider making a donation or consult your advisor about leaving a gift in your will or trust. There can be some tax advantages, and it's a great way to help Delta Rescue accomplish their mission. So please visit deltarescue.org to learn more. That's deltarescue.org. It is not too late to make the right choice. If you're distancing yourself from companies supporting the radical left, please choose AMAC's Medicare Advisory Service. Whether it's prescription drug coverage, plan changes, exploring Medicare options, AMAC provides top-notch guidance from their experienced staff. Upholding pro-America values, AMAC has been helping people navigate Medicare for years. Their services are not only free of charge, but also free from any leftist agenda or corporate influence. AMAC stands as the conservative alternative to the AARP, earning its position as the #1 group for freedom-loving individuals. So make the right choice for your health and values with AMAC. Choices do matter, and the choice is yours. Choose Medicare the right way with AMAC's Medicare Advisory Service. You can call them at 888-355-5605 during normal business hours, 888-355-5605, or online at amac.us/trust. That's amac.us/TRUST. amac.us/trust. All right, here is the final thought of the day. Hollywood collectively hates Trump. There are a few that don't, but if you are a director or a writer or anybody like that, and you say good things about Donald Trump, you will not work. So the anti-Trump sentiment is put forth by a lot of performers. And Bill Maher is one of them. Go.
I don't like his personality, that's true. Yeah. But if there's one thing that's even worse than his personality, it's his policies. So let me tell you what his policy. Let's just go through the list. Okay. He ended abortion in America, basically, with his Supreme Court picks. Even Republicans hate that. Started a trade war with China and lost it. He wants, in the new term, he wants a 10% tariff on all imports. If you think inflation was bad now, what would that do? Great policy. He increased the debt by 39%. In one term, that's pretty hard.
Okay, so Maher's reading off a card there. It was, written for him by somebody else who doesn't know what they're talking about. So Maher says he ended abortion in America. Where Maher lives in California, you can have abortion for any reason at any time, unlimited, no restraints. And many other states are like that. Supreme Court ruled that the states now regulate abortion. Okay, so he didn't end abortion. Secondly, started a trade war with China and lost it. Not true. the American economy under Trump grew. Real wages were up 7%, okay? And the trade policies were largely the cause of that. More things were made in America, and they were cheaper, so the folks benefited. Then he says 10% tariff on all imports. Yes, but that's an extension of what Trump did in his first term. No difference. He had tariffs. Then he says, thinking inflation was bad. Under Trump, inflation was 1.3% when he left office. And finally, increased the debt by 39%. Hello, COVID. COVID. See, now, does Bill Maher know what I just told you? No, he doesn't. He was handed a piece of paper, and he read it because he knows that's what his audience wants to hear in Hollywood. And that's the game. So if you watch these shows, you're going to get a steady stream of this stuff that bears no semblance to reality at all. And I'll go back to my opening statement on the No Spin News tonight. If you watch the border bill coverage on television, 90% of what you are going to hear will be untrue, which is why you are here watching me and listening to me on the radio right now, I presume. And thank you for that. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.